Stage one of the ŠKODA Tour de Luxembourg leads from Luxembourg City through the northwestern part of the country, all the way back down to HAUTCHARAGE, where we have two local laps before we know who's going to be the winner of the first and longest stage of the week, 191 kilometers. Start was given just shortly after 1 o'clock in the city centre of Luxembourg, where we did the prologue yesterday, with, of course, yesterday's winner, Christophe Laporte, in yellow. Marcel Meissen, second yesterday, in blue. The mountain jersey, which is purple in the ŠKODA Tour, is for Damien Gaudin, and the best young rider is the number 3 of yesterday, Piet Allegaert. Lovely shot here of the Esch-sur-Sur castle along the bend of the River Esch, and we cruised through this beautiful town in the north of the country with 3 breakaway riders. Originally there were 4, with the Belgian Loïc Vliegen of the Wanty Gobert team part of this breakaway, trying to scoop up the points of the King of the Mountains, but those points all went to Robin Carpenter in the orange for the Rally UHC team, so he gets to wear the purple jersey tomorrow. His breakaway mates are Raúl Alarcón, 33-year-old of W52 FC Porto, and Simon Rikita, a 25-year-old rider from Poland. Apart from some mechanical mishaps, nothing really happened today in the first stage of the ŠKODA Tour. It was a typical sprinter stage where Raúl Alarcón, the Spanish rider from around Alicante, enjoys the scenery in the beautiful country of Luxembourg. The gap goes down to 30 seconds, goes back up to 2.5 minutes, and then back to 1 minute. So it's a typical sprinter stage where Cofidis keeps everything under tight control. For Carpenter, it's over. He got all the points he needed, and he will have to try again, especially on Saturday, when there is over 20 points on offer for the mountain jersey. So 2 riders continue. 25-year-old Simon Rikita, former time trial champion in the under-23 category in Poland for the Leopard cycling team, and Raúl Alarcón in his first Tour of Luxembourg. His first ŠKODA Tour, of course, second, of course, 2 times winners of the Volta Portugal. No problem there for Christophe Laporte. He has an incredibly strong team controlling the race, with the 3 Belgians, Dimitri Kleijs, Zico Wijtens, Kenneth van Bilsen, having a tight grip on the race. More mechanical mishaps happening here with Dorian Lubbers, but he tries to continue on his own bike. He cannot, gets a bike swab, and that was all the excitement we had on the road today. It was down to the local laps in HAUTCHARAGE, where we finished once before in 2013. Then the stage was won by the Russian rider Alexander Porsev. We have finished before in the neighboring town of Bacharage, but HAUTCHARAGE only part of the parcours once. So back to HAUTCHARAGE, where many people have gathered to welcome the riders under sunny circumstances and temperatures up to 16 degrees. In the final laps, Alessandro Tonelli bridges across to the 2 leaders, making it free with Rikita, Alarcón and Tonelli. And the Italian, he won a stage last year in the Tour of Croatia, also by an aggressive style of racing. But this year, it's not going to be, well, at least not today in the ŠKODA Tour of Luxembourg, because they will be caught back by the peloton, where more attacks are happening with, amongst others, Jesus Herrada, the former Spanish champion. But we are going to see a sprint through the middle. Laporte with the red bibs. Petit cannot match the speed, and Justin Jules tries to go through that gap, but there was hardly a gap there, and the feet of the barriers made him crash horribly in the final of this stage. He does get a 2nd place, but I absolutely doubt if Justin Jules is going to start tomorrow. He's off to hospital. Laporte wins the stage after the commissaires watched the finish again. Grosso with 3rd, Petit, Van Rooij, Van Ginneke, Vliegen, Nomela, Pasqualon, last year's winner of stage 3 and 2, and Edward Plankaart in 10th place. 2 riders of Sport Vlaanderen Baloise in the top 10. But the talk of the day was, of course, that sprint. Was there a gap for Justin Jules, or was there no gap for Justin Jules? Difficult, because the last 200 meters were in a slight bend, but Laporte is the winner. These are the jersey wearers, with Rikita being awarded the Russia's classification of the day. So the general classification, where Laporte is now 10 seconds up on the competition due to the bonus seconds, and we will see him back in the yellow jersey tomorrow in stage 2, which brings us from Steinfort to Rosport, 168 kilometers, and that's actually the shortest stage, apart of course from yesterday's prologue of the ŠKODA Tour de Luxembourg.